Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing today? God bless you. I want to show you this video, but first and foremost, I would like you to understand that this has nothing to do with Pastor Chris Oyakhilome, but it happened in his church. And I've always said that not everything that is done by people or leaders in a particular organization that should be traced to the founder or the paramount leader or ruler, whatever you want to call it, of that organization, and as it has to do with church, the general overseer of the church. Some persons in the church can do something that will bring bad name to the church. Even organizations, like it is in every sphere of life, we complain about policemen today because of the corruption and their wickedness, but there are sometimes you meet some kinds of policemen that will give you a different impression about the entire police force, as it has to do with the mannerisms and the characteristics of some of the unscrupulous elements within the force. So that is also how it applies to church and other organizations. So I'd like you to listen to this young lady's very emotional stories that breaks the heart, and make up or make out one or two things about it, your opinion. But at the same time, I'd like you also to be in the middle. God bless you. I'll be seeing you at the end of the video. Thank you so much and stay blessed. You are welcome to the End Time Truth Television, the channel for the lovers of truth, for the truth of the end time. So if you are a lover of truth, give us a subscription and God bless you. Shalom.
So I'm going to be talking to all the way from Lagos, Nigeria, Ken Comfort. Ken, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. I really appreciate. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure. So when you got in touch with me, your story really hit me to hear the allegations that you presented about Deaconess Yemisi Imasi, right? And this is
Yes,
the
sir.
woman this is the woman that we're talking about right now. Some of you guys who are Christ Embassy, you will know her. She calls herself Dr. Iviki Yemisi Imasi. Other places, she's Deaconess Yemisi Imasi. Tell us first about your involvement with Christ Embassy and how you met this woman.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ken Comfort again, and I live and based in Lagos, Nigeria. I moved into Lagos year 2018. That is on the 2nd of January 2018. And when I moved into Lagos, I've practically been on the street. I've slept in shops. I've done a whole lot of menial jobs. I've been an house help, sales girl, hawked and done a lot of things just to survive here in Lagos. And I got born again as a Christian into Christ Embassy when I was on campus. So when I moved into Lagos, I decided to worship as a Christ Embassy bride that I am. So when I got into Christ Embassy Lagos Virtual Zone, I started worshiping there for some months. Then I decided to join the choir. So when I joined the choir there, then that was when I got to meet Deaconess Yemisi Imasi. Although we weren't so close, we're just there. And so sometimes I think fast forward to 2019.
What's her role in the church? What's the role of Deaconess Yemisi?
She back then she's just my leader in the choir. She's my leader in the choir then. So fast forward to 2019 when I met her, we went so close. So I worked at a supermarket here in Lagos as a sales attendant. Then I worked there for like 6 months. Then I left this sales work. I said I wanted to open a cleaning firm for myself. So I joined. I've been doing the cleaning firm. I've been marketing people. I've been going here and there to do cleaning job for people. I go to their house, help them to clean their house, and they give me money at the end of the month or on a daily basis, depending on the agreement I have with individuals. So knowing her from the church and knowing that she's a good leader of mine, I decided to go market her. Then I went to her office at Ikeja here in Lagos. So when I got to her office, I tried marketing her. She was like, okay, this job that I'm doing, that she can show me a better job that will pay me more, because she had another client that is cleaning her house for her already. Then I said, okay, let me hear what the business is all about. And that was when she introduced me into network marketing. So she gave me a product that I market the product, and I made money. I made good money from the marketing, from the product. So I said, well, if I can make this kind of money from this product by doing network marketing, why can't I just continue this way? So I stopped the cleaning firm that I started on my own. Then I started doing the network marketing. So this made me to keep going to her office on a daily basis. I wasn't employed, but I go to her office. At times when I'm in the office, she sends me work to do. I help her to get things done, like that, like that. I did that for like 6 months. Then after that, then she said she wasn't paying me those periods. She wasn't paying me. Just at times she gives me money for food, money for transportation. That's basically what she does for me. So after that 6 months, I she said, oh, that she wants to be paying me uh wages. And mind you, I'm not the only one. There are two other people that joined us, and I don't want to mention their name. There's a guy and a lady that joined me that were doing the same thing with her. Then later she started paying the three of us wages, aside from the staffs that are working with her. She started paying us wages of 20,000 naira. So every month. Then later she decided to, like, she paid the wages for like 6 months again. Then later she decided that she wants to expand her company. She's opening more offices, so she need more staffs. If we would write application to become staffs of the company. So, and meanwhile, during this period, I was having accommodation issue, and someone offered to, a pastor in Christ Embassy offered to give me money for accommodation. So this pastor was like, okay, that he's just going to give me 100,000 naira, that I should go and look for the remaining 100,000 naira. I said, okay. So being my boss, I came to her and explained to her, say, ma, because then I took her like a mother. I trusted her. I was practically even call her mother self. So I came to her and explained to her. She was like, okay, that she will give me the 100,000 naira. So this other guy and the other lady, they also have accommodation issue. I think she gave the guy 400,000. She gave the lady 600 or 800,000. I can't say, but she gave me 100,000 naira. It was a gift. She never mentioned it to be a loan. It was a gift. So when she gave the money, I came up, got an accommodation, and then an offer letter came. Then we started working with her. The week we started working with her, I think it's not up to 2 weeks, when the accountant of the office came with a letter, that with a note that the money she gave us then, that we had to pay back. I actually did not even argue. I only told the accountant that then that when she gave us this money, it was a gift, not a loan. So now she's saying that we have to pay back. I said, okay, no problem. I didn't argue, but the other lady and the other guy went to her, and she was like, it is not her fault, that it was the accountant in the office that made that determination that she has to collect the money back. I said, okay,
So
no problem.
That's like 100,000 each was given to you guys.
No, I was given 100,000. The other lady, I think her accommodation, she wanted to collect a 2-bedroom flat, which she said would cost her a lot more than mine. I think he gave the lady about 800 or 600,000. I can't tell. But the guy, she gave the guy 400,000 naira. So my salary, after I was staffed, my salary was 40,000 naira. The lady's salary was, I think, 60,000 naira. The guy's salary was 50,000 naira. So when they brought this form that we have to pay the money back, I said, okay, no problem. I wrote that I'll be paying 10% for my salary every month for the money to pay back. Then the accountant came back and said she did not accept that I should pay 10%, that 10% is too small. And I said, okay, no problem. I will pay 50%. So basically, I was paying 50% out of my salary back for the money. So I paid that for like 5 months. I think I paid for 4 months. Then I paid the other one, like I had to overpay so that my salary wouldn't be deducted for the next month. So, and how I got the money was that since she has introduced me to some network marketing business and some crypto trading and online business like that, the little money I do gather myself, I put it into some network marketing business, and I was making good money from them. So meanwhile, I've been in this company going to a year plus already. So I was paying the money she gave me and later said it was a loan. I was paying the money back. So fast forward to what brought me here. Then after a while, with my network marketing that I've done, my crypto business that I've done, I put 500,000 into her company. She runs an investment company. Part of the company she owns is an investment company, which is the mother company actually that she owns. It's an investment company
What's the
where
name of that? What's the name of that investment company?
it is called Yellow Point. Yellow
Okay.
Point.
Okay.
Yes. So this yellow,
I'm asking you this because I'm going to show document of that payment, the
of
total
course.
payment, just so people. So I want people to take note. Yellow Point is the name of the company that this Christ
So
Embassy Deaconess run. So which is like you put in money, you invest money. It's like a pyramid, kind of like business.
yeah. So she says that according to the company, when you put in like 150,000 naira to 5 million, you get 20% of your capital back. So if you have 5 million at the end of every month, you're getting 1 million naira as your capital, as the profit from your capital back.
So
Then if you
is this one of the stuff that she does, like a
no,
training that she does?
this is not part of what she was doing then, but
Okay.
it's related. It's related.
So she does this now.
Yes, she does this now.
Because this was in August 2022, how to make dollars weekly from the foreign exchange market, a special training.
Yeah, she does this now.
Okay.
So that's how she runs the company, and she has a lot of investors. I won't lie to you, she has over 7,000 investors. We have people with 150 million, we have people with 50 million, we have people with 200, 150,000, there and there like that. So when I invested this 500,000 naira, she called me. She was like, Comfort, where do you get this money from? I told her that, ma, this money is not just mine. It's a combination of some friends and mine coming together to invest this money. Because, when you're working with someone and you can detect what she's all about. You cannot expose. I personally does not want to expose myself that, oh, mom, ma, this is the money I made from so. I want to invest it into your company. I would have used another person's name if I had a friend that I trusted. I would have used
Right.
another person's name to do the investment, but I said no, that I want to use my name. You understand? So I started the investment with 500,000. Then later at the end of the month, they paid me my return of investment of that 500,000 naira. When I have the proof and I have the evidence, the document, everything on my phone and my email. So when they sent me the return of that investment, I added money to it and transferred it back to the company account. Now I signed to have a 6 month investment with the company. I signed to have a 6 month investment, which I run it, I think, from October till March. So all these months, whenever they send me my investment, the return on my investment, when they sent this first profit for the 500,000, I added money and made it 1 million naira.
Okay. So your money is now growing. Your investment is now becoming
It's
more.
now growing. It's now
Okay.
becoming more. So I added money and made it 1 million naira. And the only reason I practically knew that online investments and all that are scams, they are Ponzi scheme. But I felt like, oh, the way she portrayed herself, she was like, she's not running a Ponzi scheme. She trade forex, and she has top traders based in US that trade for her. So she said whenever anybody invests, she transfer this money to those top traders, experts that trade for her. I can mention
Okay.
some top dignitaries that are in Lagos that invested with her, but I don't want to mention name on that. I don't want to focus on that. So the first month when I got my first investment, I added money to make it 1 million. I returned it back to the company. When I got the return on that 1 million, I added money. I think I made it 2 million naira. I added it back to the company. And every business transaction I have to do with her, I'm very transparent when it comes to money. Very, very, very transparent. She knows that. I don't I don't go here about and start taking one of her 1 naira or whatever add to my own. No. All I do is there's a platform where people People put money, and before you know it, your money grow and all that and all that. It's more like network marketing. The more you bring people into this platform, the more you earn money and all that. There's an international company that you can buy shares with this company, just like you can buy share with Amazon, you can buy share with Google and all that. So that international company, I was the one running it for her. Basically, that's what I do. So every other part of the company that she runs, when anybody need my assistant, I go there and do it. Now she employed me as the business. I think she said I'm the business developer of the company, but I wasn't working as a business developer, because a business developer is always conscious about the finances of the company, how the in and out of flow of cash and all that and all that. I wasn't doing anything of sort. So she didn't allow me to undo anything. Just that international company that she works with. And when I have any message, they send me, I go and I come back. Basically, that's what I do for the company. So, and when it all started, anyways, that was how I increased my money till 5 million naira. So every profit that was given to me each month, I was adding money to it and returning it back to the company. During this period, my senior sister lost his husband. She's based in Ibadan. She lost her husband, I mean. When she lost her husband, she gave me, I think, a week or two leave to go and stay with my sister and all that. So after my sister's husband burial, we came back. My sister's husband friends, the police friends and all that, they came together and gather money and give it to my sister that, oh, please take this. We sympathize with you and all that after the burial. So, and according to my sister's husband culture, she can't go out after 1 year of the husband death. She can't go out and work. She has to be indoor all through the time. So I now told my sister, yeah, for a year. So I now told my sister that, okay, why not bring this money? Let me add it to the investment I'm getting in the company. Then when we grow it to this level, I will give you. Then you can, by the time you are out of this 1 year, whatever you're doing, you will have something to start up your business. She's a fashion designer. She's very good. She said, okay. She gave me the money. The very day my sister wanted to transact that money into my account, I was in her office when I received the call. So I now told her that, Ma, I'm sorry, I need to rush down to GT Bank. I need to go and update my account, because the account cannot take millions, and my sister is about to transfer money into the account. So I need to go and update it. So I went, I updated the account. My sister transferred the money, I added it to the account. Now, that was how my money completed 5 million naira with the company. Okay. So the last month, which was March, which happens to be my birthday, I think I got the last money. I can't remember when I got the money. So when I got the last transaction, I put it back into the company. Like I got when the money completed 5 million, the return on that investment was 1 million naira. So I collected it. Then I said, okay, I can
Before then, here is there's some transaction details. Which says your rollover seed of 5 million have been accepted. Screenshot and use this detail below to submit your proof of payment. So there is where you upload, and then the bank name is Zenith Bank. The account name, like you mentioned earlier, the name of the company is Yellow Point FT International. Account number is there, and then there is Access Bank, and then there's Yellow Seeders. What does it mean saying your rollover seed? What is seed in this whole transaction?
Okay, the thing is that when she started with the name Yellow Traders.
Okay.
So I think she now said that there are some government officials that are against the trading platform in Nigeria, that people are being scammed through. They say, okay, bring your money, let's trade with it and all that. So that is when she changed the name to Yellow Seeders. So your money is the seed, actually.
So instead of using money or currency or naira or whatever, it's more like a seed. They use the term seed. And you also received a letter from them.
So
this letter is a memorandum of understanding where it says you paid 5 million naira from 8th of October. Is that right?
Yes.
The 8th of April.
Yes.
6 months period. And so what is the interest in all this? Is it 20% monthly you get?
20% monthly, yes, 20% monthly.
20% of the total amount of money you put in.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a whole lot of information. So guys, you can see there is yellow what? Yellow cedars, right?
Yes.
Yes. Here's the details and everything, just to prove to everybody. We need to look at this because I have a concern when leaders in church use church members to make money for themselves, leaving the church members in total lack. That's the problem. I don't have a problem with church leaders who are in business, whether you're a deacon, a pastor, or a prophet. When you mobilize people to put in money, make sure they get their interest. But when they don't get their interest, that's a problem. So we have a lot of church leaders who are using, because the church community is a captured community. You can tell them anything, they believe you. You're a leader, so they believe you. And sadly, a lot of leaders are taking advantage of these same people. Bushiri did it here. There's a lot of pyramid scam that happened here in South Africa because of that. And for you, not just you, there are other people that lost money that that lost money from church.
Yes.
And you got to a point where she told you, I'm not paying you back your money. You're not getting your money. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can go to the police. You can go anywhere. There's nothing you can do about it, right?
I'm not the only person she told that. I'm not the only person she told that. But it's just
this is
that
a leader in Christ Embassy we're talking about.
Yeah. I'm not the only one she told that.
What did she tell you exactly?
Actually, she didn't tell me that directly, to be honest.
Yes.
Because we are choir members together. We are in church together. So when all this thing happened, it got to a stage. There was a day I got to church on Sunday. I was wearing my choir uniform, and immediately I got to church. All the choir members turned and just looked at me like I'm a plague or there's something wrong with my dressing. I don't know if you know that feeling. Then since then I said, oh, okay, I think I need to give myself a break, a little bit of a break. I need to just let me know what is going on. So I started making my investigation. So there was this church member that came to my house. We got talking, and this church member was like, she said it now. She's not going to pay. He's married to one of, they are connected, someone like that. My wife said it now. My wife people said it. She said she's not going to pay you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I've been to places. I've been to, even inside, we stay in the same estate. Even inside this estate, I've met with the estate chief security officer. The chief security officer was like, I'm not the only one coming so that I will see her. There are naval officer, EFCC officer. There are people, social officers that comes here just to see her, just to make sure they talk to her and arrest her. She has not been arrested. Nothing was done, because the rules and regulation in the estate states that when you're visiting anybody and that person does not give you access to come in, you can't come in. So the estate management state that they stood by this rule. And funny enough, she has CCTV camera at her gate. She has 2 MOPO officers that stand by her gate.
So she has like bodyguards. So she has like bodyguards. She lives large. She has a big house. She drives expensive cars.
Like bodyguards. Yes, she has. Yes. So there's this incident that happened after the company collapsed, the money and everything coming in. She said she was duped. But when the company started having issues, she had meetings with the staff. She said actually her account, she's having issue doing transaction on her account because the transaction she's doing are too heavy and banks are having issues with it. So she needs to take her transaction one step at a time. Like the banks are giving her limited amount of transactions she can do. And note, I brought people into this company, not just me. I brought people into the company also. So after that for a while, she said because some investors has come and create issues, the issue has gotten to a state whereby her account was frozen. She said that is why she's not been able to do any transaction, that she's resolving it, she's talking about it, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, people got scammed. And because there is a lot of issues, there are investors that came in threatening staff's lives. There was even one that threatened to beat me up and all that. So because of that, she said, okay, to avoid any of the staff having issues, we should stay home and work from home. So the company was closed down. We started working from home. Right? We started working from home. So when we started working from home, later she said that EFCC are tracing the laptops and mostly the gadgets that that all the staffs are using, that they are tracing it. So the HR of the company called me that I should submit the company gadget that is with me, that I should submit it to the admin for my safety so that they won't bug into my place. I am not a fool. I'm smart. I know where she is coming from when the HR told me this. So I said to myself, no problem. I didn't want to have any issue with her. I trusted her. So I returned the phone and the laptop with me. The second day that I returned this thing, early in the morning, I woke up to a sack letter on my WhatsApp from the HR.
They fired you?
Yeah, she fired me. So when she fired me, I called to see her. I tried my best to see her since we lived inside the same estate. I called her, I sent her a message, I said, Ma, I want to see you. She said, no problem. She gave me an appointment. I came. Maybe she thought I was coming with some troop of people or whatever. So maybe she didn't trust that. So when I came the first time, she said she's in a meeting that I should come back. So time. I said, okay. When I came back, the security opened the gate for me. I went in. I had a discussion with her. Every of the discussion I had with her, I have it taped for my phone. She said the reason she fired me is because I was making so much money and she was not aware of it. Meanwhile, while I was working with her, on my birthday, I had this man from Italy. When this man was in Italy, I met him long time ago, even before I started working with the company. So this man, there's this annual program that Christ Embassy does have. So, you know, she is not in Nigeria. He has to send money to some people in Nigeria to help him to book his hotel and all that. So when I met this man, that was before the lockdown. So when I met this man was like, okay, Comfort, can you do this for me? Help me to check for a closer hotel to the church that is not too far. Help me to book the hotel and all that. I collected the man's number, money, booked the hotel, make sure he got to the hotel safe. Everything was okay. And that was it. So when I did this, the man was like, he has sent money to some people in Nigeria here and they ate his money and he got to Nigeria. He wouldn't be able to see any hotel. He will start looking for hotel to book and all that. And during this period, to get an hotel, if you don't book down, it's very difficult if you're coming in. So the man was like, yes, you must be a good person. I thought, well, this is my personality. So to cut the whole story short, I and this man became close. Whenever he wants to do something, he calls me, I do it. Most of the time, when he wants to send something to Nigeria, he send it, I pick it and send it to his family. So one day, I went to my official duty. I went for a radio. So on my way coming back, I had an accident on the bike. Then I came to the office. I was like, I had an accident on the bike. She was like, oh, sorry, come for this and that, blah, blah, blah. So she now said, okay, that the man, I spoke to the man that day that I had an accident. The man was like, you had an accident and it's close to my birthday, like 3 or 4 days to my birthday. So the second day of my birthday, this man called me, said, where are you? I said, I'm at the office. I said, okay, go to so place. I have something there for you. I said, okay. When I got there, it was a car. That was how I got a car for my birthday. So now, my boss was like, somebody, like, she said, I bought a car for myself. I said, I didn't buy a car. She said, I bought a car. I said, I didn't buy a car. And I said, okay, that since I'm saying I didn't bought a car, I said, anybody that told you that I bought a car or somebody bought me a car, let the person come forward with an evidence. I will come forward with my own evidence to prove to you that this is a gift. You understand? And prior to that time, there's a picture on my wardrobe here that every morning I confess it, that I will have a car. People have prophesied that Comfort, a car is coming. I don't have up to that amount of money to even buy a car. So how come they are telling you I bought a car, this and that? So we had that
she
argument.
Wasn't. So this is your leader, church leader, and she wasn't happy the fact that you actually got a car. She's probing you and not celebrating with you.
Well, I can't say if she's happy or not, but she had that argument with me that I bought a car, this and that. I was making so much money, so that was why she had to fire me. I was like, okay. No problem. So, ma, this money that I invested with the company, how am I going to get my money back? Because this money does not belong to
Yes,
me,
I
only
wanted to
me.
ask you.
This
So
period,
you invested 5 million, and now you are fired
yes,
by your church
yes,
leader, by your boss,
yes,
by the
yes,
same lady who you invested 5 million into her business.
yes,
Now you are fired. How are
yes.
you going to get your money back? What did you do to try to get your money back? And where are you now as you try to get your money back?
Okay, so when I went to her house that evening, she said that, okay, that she's going to give me 1 million naira. During that period, it was raining. So my sister's house, because she and her husband had an apartment they built partially before the husband died. So the roofing of the house is having issue. It was leaking. So she was like, she needed money. And her children's school fees, well, the daughter was in final year. The second, so the second child, which is a guy, is in, I think, 200 level. You understand? So she was struggling between paying school fees and the roofing of the house, and she was getting in contact with her husband family. They were like, okay, what is going on? Why are you disturbing and all that? So she was trying to get in contact with me and how I'm going to get the money. I was like, this money is not with me. You know, I invested it. If I have it, I will give it back. So I went to my boss that day. After the discussion of this money is this and that, blah blah blah. I'm making so much money, this and that, thereabout. So she now said that what she's going to do is that she's going to pay me 1 million naira each month until I finish paying. Until she finished paying, I mean, that each month she's going to pay me 1 million naira. I said, okay, that's fine by me. So when I got home, I discussed with my sister that my boss has finally said she's going to be paying me 1 million naira each month. My sister
Okay.
was not like, okay, if she says she's going to pay 1 million naira each month, can you tell her that if she can pay 2 million naira this month, then she can skip next month, then balance the remaining 3 million naira from the other month, because roofing of the house, paying children's school fees, and also getting money to start up her business is going to be a bit difficult. That money will not be enough. And she has fired me. I also need to start up something for myself. So I spoke with her. She now said that it's only 1 million naira she can give me. I said, okay, no problem. She gave me the 1 million naira. I sent some part to my sister. I kept the remaining one to myself. So hoping the next month she was going to pay, she didn't pay, and other months, another month, another month, another month, like that. Then before then, I called her. I was like, ma, my sister's son, I sent her a message. Every message is on my phone. I said, ma, my sister's son is about to drop out of school. Please, ma, even if it's just 200,000 naira to pay her school fees. She didn't respond. This guy is in 200 level. Even if it's 200,000 naira to pay the school fees. So as I'm talking to you, that guy is a dropout out of school right now. He's learning mechanic at Ibadan. Meanwhile, she knew that in my family, although I'm the last born, but I'm the only one that God has just raised up financially a bit. So I'm the one taking care of my mom's health and all that. My mom, she's an old woman. She's sick. She can't walk. She can't move. So we take care of her. So my mom was staying with me before I now move her to my sister's place and say, okay, you are staying in your own house. You built it yourself. I'm staying in a rented apartment. So my mom cannot be staying with me. Let our mom stay with you. So after this boy dropped out of school, there's an incident that happened. I think in between this whole issue, I traveled to Dubai. There's a network marketing business that I was doing. They had this competition that if you can complete this task, you will be given all expense paid trip to Dubai. So I won this contest. Then I went for this all expense paid trip to Dubai. So when I came back from Dubai, my I think 2 weeks after I came back from Dubai, I think that was August 15. I was sleeping in my bed around 1 a.m. when I got a call that my junior brother died. I lost my junior brother. He lives in Ogun State. So I went to Ogun State. So I was seeing my junior brother's corpse. And according to my mother's tradition, Cross River people, you can't bury the guy here in another man's land. You need to transport him back to Ogun State. And most of my mother's family members, they are all farmers. My mom was a farmer. She brought me up with the farming work. So when I came back, I got in touch with the accountant. I was like, please, can you help me to talk to madam? If it's 300K or 200K she can release out of my money, I need to pay at least 150,000 naira with, like now, when they shared the money for the burial rights for the boy, my family was taking about 200,000. My family was taking about 200,000. And I said, if she can release like 200,000 or 300,000 naira, I will be glad. Let me pay this money so that the corpse will be traveled to Cross River State. Then I can go for the burial. So after some days, I called the accountant. The accountant said she refused, that there is no money anywhere that she wants to give. I said, okay, no problem. Till I'm speaking to you right now, I don't know how the burial ground of my junior brother looks like. I can't say if it's a red sand, it's a purple sand, or a black sand. I couldn't go for the burial right. Only thing I could do was I was able to gather, I think 50,000 naira that I borrowed from people around, and I gave it to them that they should go for they should first transport the corpse to Cross River State. So there are a lot of people following the corpse and the bus already. So I was like, okay, you guys should be going. I will get a transport to join you guys. I couldn't get. I was even practically looking for just 50,000 naira to transport myself to Cross River State and come back. I couldn't get. I reached out to the husband. I reached out to her. There was a period that an investor came to church. Not even an investor. One of my sister's husband, a family member, the husband's family member, they were like, when this money was given to you, what did you use it for? You use it for an investment. Who is that person? Let your sister come and take us to that person's house. Let's go and meet her and collect that money. I was feeding her. I didn't give her address out. I didn't give her contact out. So there's this one family member, a guy that lives in Lagos here, not too far from me. I think 200 or 300 naira transportation. And I've invited that guy to come to Christ Embassy before. He just woke me up in the church one Sunday, and that was how I was arrested and taken to a police station at Agege. I slept at that police station. When I slept there, came back. The next morning, a soldier friend of mine, I called him. He came and he spoke and bailed me out. So when I was bailed out, I tried to reach out to some of the leaders in church. They were not picking my call. And that was how I came back. I was able to sort that out. So as a family member, she was not like, how can you tell me your senior sister arrested you because of money? I said, it's not my senior sister arresting me. It's the family member, the husband's family member. So to cut the long story short, that part went. So gradually, I started losing money. So then, so when the guy sold this car, 4 million naira, the guy is actually close to me. We are friends. There are more to that. I don't want to expose it right now. If there is need for me to expose it, I will. So when the guy sold the car, he called me that this woman's money, 4 million naira, is with me. I just sold her car now and she's not ready to collect this money. I was like, okay, fine. We are looking for money. We are actually looking for a way to make money. So let's use this money to do an investment and see how we can make more money. We tried to do an investment and the investment flopped. So when the investment flopped, the guy was like, no, this money is not mine, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, what do we do? I practically know she is the owner of the money. And I know she's owing me money. But I didn't want to do it like, okay, fine, I can hold on to this money and nothing will happen. And truly nothing will happen. But I tried to rally around to see where I can raise money. I couldn't. So this guy was able to raise 3 million naira from someone. Then I sold my car for 1 million naira. That was how we gave her the money back. Because the pressure
So you had to sell your car.
I had to sell my car.
And sell other things just to pay up the people that you had gotten money from them and put in that investment. And she only got 1 million back. So she still owes you 4 million.
Yes. She still owes me 4 million. Now, fast forward to myself. So gradually, I started losing this self-esteem. I started getting depressed. I was depressed to the extent that I've tried to commit suicide like 3 times.
Mm.
3 times. Because I was owing my house rent, started searching for job. I'm getting job offer of 30,000 naira, 40,000 naira, where at the end of the month I must have spent like 60% or 70% of the money for transportation. How do I do this kind of job? I tried everything I could. I couldn't get a reasonable job offer. So gradually I started getting depressed. I started shutting people out of my life. Then my house rent is there knocking at my door all the time. So I sold my AC. I sold the AC in my room. I sold the one in my sitting room. I sold my cooking chair. I sold my TV, sold my cooking gas just to raise the money. But even the money was not enough to pay for my house rent. Pastor said a lot of things which I don't want to mention now. There is need for me to mention it, I will mention it. So the pastor said,
I'm losing you. I cannot hear you clearly. So I think we're having a bit of network
okay.
problem. So let's come to a conclusion. Let's bring this to finality. So
Okay.
how do you want to see this concluded?
The truth is, I just want my money back. And the most annoying part is that she's still doing this business. So the truth is, this thing affected me a lot. And there are people that their family is shattered because of this. There's a young lady that used to be her staff. This lady was about to get married. She brought her husband's family money into this company, including her husband's money. When this company went into bankruptcy or whatever happens, that they say the company went into bankruptcy, which is not true, which is not 100% true. This wedding could not hold anyway. The lady could not get married to these people in the family anymore. Although I don't know the total story or the full story, but what I heard is that this lady could not get married anymore. There are so many people that were admitted, people that borrowed money and brought it into the company, people that their pension are hanging with this company. I can go on and on. I even heard a story that somebody had to commit suicide because the money was borrowed from bank. The thing is, there was a period I asked her a question when I was still working with her. I asked her, Ma, is there an insurance for people's investment? She said yes, that there is insurance, and there was nothing. I can keep giving some annoying details of what happened to people's money. People's money that you think the money is going through investments or trading of some forex with some experts in the UK or US, which is not true. I myself got to know that it was not true when the whole thing happened. I got to know because it was so real. I had so much confidence, like, oh, even if anything happens to this company, this woman is not going to let me down. Because we are church members, because she's my leader in the choir, because we stay in the same estate. So I believe that even if anything happens, my money is safe. That was the only thing that I relied on, because I felt like I can practically build my life now from all the struggling I've been struggling. Like I said earlier, my mom brought us up with a farming work. We were not born with anything we can call wealth. So me coming to Lagos to come and hustle my life, I didn't come here because I want to start. I practically came to get myself together. Then I met her. I was like, oh, thank God I met this person. Thank God I can gradually build my life with this person. The truth is, if you meet her in person, you will say, oh, this is an angel. This is a woman of God. I was practically calling her a role model. See, there's a lady, I might get the lady to get in touch with you tomorrow if you want. The lady
Yes.
said she sent 2 million naira to this money. She did the transaction twice. She did the transaction twice. And when she did this transaction twice, the money hit her account. So because this lady is in, I think they said, the lady said she was in US then. I'm not sure about that information, but the lady said when the money hit her account twice, she felt like it's a sign for her not to continue with the company. So she didn't sign an agreement or do and run an investment with this woman. She only said, "Ma, I wanted to do this with your company, but I'm not interested again. Send my money back." Till today, that lady's money is hanging. This is somebody that did not do investment with her at all. She didn't run
And they
any
lost
investment
money.
with her. She just sent the money into her account to do business with her, and the money went in. The lady decided to change her mind, and since then, the money has been hanging. Who does that to people? She knows my story. She knows where I'm coming from. The main annoying part is that this thing makes me feel like I'm a failure. It makes me feel like I want to do anything in my life, I can't achieve it. To be honest with you, I can send you some videos where I have sat down in my room, I have cried tears out of myself. I have practically missed substance. The first time I tried to attempt suicide, my daughter was in the room, I was in the sitting room. I practically packed some drugs I want to swallow and just die. Then my daughter was on my laptop watching a cartoon. Then I heard her giggling, laughing and giggling. I was like, no, I can't leave this girl to suffer alone. I have to hang on there. I have to hold on. I have to do everything in my power and wait for her. I know I have fallen. I have to rise up again. But the truth is that every step I take, I can't find any solution. It's like a roadblock. I've tried to see, there was a time I met with someone. It's a guy actually. I met with him. I said, please, this guy has money. I said, please help me, even if it's just to pay my house rent. I don't want to go back to the street where I'm coming from. The guy said that the only reason he can help me is if I can give my body. And I can't do that. So he didn't help me. I've tried to get loans. I couldn't. There are church members that I did contribution with. My money is still hanging with them. I called them for help. They are not responding. I was left. I felt like there is nothing to wait for again. As I'm speaking to you right now, there is a woman who happens to be my neighbor. Then this woman has so much respect for me. She invested 600. She and her husband invested 600,000 into the company. I was in my house when this woman and her husband came with 2 police officers to come and pick me up. They arrested me, took me to the police station. Then the police DPO was like, "You need to give us this woman's address." I said, "No, I'm not giving." The one of them came to me like, "You are protecting this woman. You don't even know what it's costing for you." I was forced to give the address. They went there. They said they didn't meet her at home. I said, "You're joking. She's inside the house. She didn't go anywhere. She's there." Then the man said, "Okay, fine. You need to bail yourself." I said, "Look, sir, if you want money from me, you won't get, because I don't even have 1 naira in my account. Because I practically became someone that will be calling some friends for urgent 2,000, urgent 1,000. That is if some will not respond, some will respond, which I understand. But somebody is owing me 4 million naira. I'm owing house rent. I can't move on with my life. I can't move on with my life. I felt like I'm trapped. The feeling is like, it's like maybe you're trapped underwater with something covering your head. You can't even raise your head to breathe for a little while. I was mentally derailed.
Ken, I want to read a comment here that I feel is important by Emmanuel Utomi. Emmanuel, thank you. He says, "This is really painful. I can feel her pains. She needs help. We need to help her with money to get her on her feet again. Really sad story. Emmanuel, thank you so much for bringing this out. Listening to this story, I didn't plan to do this, but I feel that everyone watching now or would watch later, we need to, especially you guys in Nigeria, can my Nigerian brothers and sisters help Ken? Not helping her to get a house or to get what? No, help her to just meet her needs now. Can we do that? Ken, what is your banking, what is your let's do this just right now, right? What's your bank?
I operate a union account and a GT account.
So let's go Union Bank, right?
All right, sir.
Okay. What's your account number?
01
01
78
78
06
06
06
06 again
49.
49.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys that we want to help, Emmanuel, thank you so much for bringing this up, especially my brothers in Nigeria. Please, Union Bank, you know, in Nigeria, you can send money on your phone. Can you please, whether it's 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, please support her. This was not part of the plan. But listening to her, where she's been to, and where she's at right now, may I encourage my Nigerian, can I just make this a responsibility for my Nigerian brothers and sisters? Union Bank account 017 806 0649. I'm going to leave this account number here for each and every one of us, just to help her with any sort of money, just to get along, just to, she sold her car, the one that she was gifted with. Please, guys, can I ask you to do that? Can I ask you to do that right now, please? Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for bringing this up. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. God bless you, Emmanuel. That's what TK is saying. So please, guys, can I say that again one last time? Can we help Ken? Please take your phones, send her some money just to be able to feed herself. She was fired. She had to, you know, there are people coming for her left, right, and center. Just help her. Even if the money is sufficient to help her in the next couple of weeks, please, guys, just go there and help. And if you know Deaconess Yemisi Imasi, because this is the woman we're talking about. If you know Deaconess Yemisi Imasi at Christ Embassy Church, not just Christ Embassy Church, but we're talking about she's at Christ Embassy Church in Lagos Visual Zone. Please reach out to her. She needs to pay back this money. She needs to pay back this money. We are going to hopefully bring more of the people that have lost money here. And Christ Embassy leaders, this cannot be said of Christ Embassy, that your leaders defraud people from church. Speak out. Do something about it. This life that we're living in is not just about ourselves. When we begin to be selfish, then we only think about ourselves. Someone is saying Zama is also wants to help and she's out. I don't know where you're out, but she's saying, how about those who want to help from Nigeria? I don't know how. Are you on PayPal? There's no PayPal in Nigeria, isn't it? So, and PayPal is always the easier way. So I don't know how people outside of, there are a lot of people outside Nigeria who are watching. I don't know how people from outside Nigeria can help, to be honest with you. I'm in South Africa, and normally when people want to help or whatever, it's just PayPal. That's the easiest way to do it, isn't it? There's something called Cash App. I don't know about it. Do you know about it?
I
Ken,
do
do you
hear
know
about
about
it,
Cash App?
but I've not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I
You
do
guys,
hear about Cash App, but
yeah. You guys would have to understand. Also, there's MoneyGram. Is there MoneyGram?
mm,
Anyway, let me also put it here, right? Let me put your number, just so anyone who wants to help, because I know this is the best way. Anyone who wants to help her financially, get in touch with her, and between you, you can make an arrangement. I don't want you to send money to me. No, I'm not the one in need. I could say send money to me and then I'll find a way to send that. No, guys. You send it straight to the person who's in need. I don't want to be a go-between when it comes to money. No. So this is Yemisi's number, Ken's number rather, +234 Nigerian code 813-555-8052. If you want to help, you're outside of Nigeria, please send her a WhatsApp message or call her on this number. And between the two of you, you can find a way for you to help her financially. This is who we are as Christians. When she reached out to me, I said, I'm going to help you. This is my way of helping. What is your way of helping? You watching right now. Please make sure you do that. And again, this is the account number. If you are residing in Nigeria, you want to help, do that here. If you are outside of Nigeria and you really want to help out, get in touch with her via WhatsApp or call her so you can make arrangement, whether it's MoneyGram or Western Union. I think you can do Western Union in Union Bank, I'm not sure, or MoneyGram or World Remit, all these things that are that are there. Peace is saying, can I send a super sticker and you forward it to her? I don't know how to do that. So if you send it, then I would have to check to see how they do that. There's something on YouTube. I'm not sure. People can transfer money through PayPal from Nigeria. Tony, are you sure? I'm not really sure, because last time I checked the list of countries that are allowed to do PayPal in Africa, I think there's just about 3 or 4 countries. South Africa is one. I think Egypt is one also. So I'm not sure. Ken, I want to say sorry and sympathize with you, what happened to you. And I do hope that this video is going to be able to get to Yemisi, and I hope she's going to do the right thing. Or any of the Christ Embassy leaders that would make sure they do the right thing. If they want to confirm the story or whatever, they can call her. You can call you on this number, because you didn't just sit down and cook up stories. There are proofs. I've shown you guys proof of payment, monies that she paid. Because this is like a scam. This is a scam. So thank you so much, Ken. And I do hope that you're going to find some sort of closure. You're going to find some sort of comfort. And I pray and hope that the Lord would sustain you at this time that you're really struggling. It is not a good thing for somebody to get to a place in their lives where they want to take their life because of the pressures of life.
So just like I said in the beginning of the video, we see that the entirety of her story had nothing to do with any pastor of the church or the general overseer of the church. And this is not me maybe making excuses for anybody, but we just want to face the facts as it is. Now, all I can say in this is that, number one, when we are dealing with people, both whether in the church or even our blood relations, we must take away sentiments from it, because human beings are evil. Now, it is easy to not blame the woman, to say that, well, the thing crashed, the business crashed. But there is wickedness in this place that we call a nation. You know, I was a victim of some portfolio managers as well. This one is not a Ponzi scheme, but it is quite an investment company that they keep your money for you, they hold it, and they claim they use it for investment. And of over since 2014 that I was asking them to give me a very huge sum of amount of money that time. 2 million naira at that time was huge compared to what it is today. But the whole thing went down the drain. So all I can say is that when you are dealing in business, in fact, nobody is to be trusted, and worse, it is worse. I am ashamed to say this, that scarcely will you find somebody you can trust, even within the church, within the brotherhood of the church. Scarcely will you find someone that you will trust. And so it is shameful that when somebody, maybe somebody overseas, want to do something, and he left a church, and he's probably a member of that church, and he remembers somebody that he could, okay, help me do this, get land for me, buy vehicle for me, do this one, that one, send this money to this person. Now they are afraid because they don't really know who to trust. And sometimes you see them trusting the people we call unbelievers more than the people in the church. Well, anyway, that is what it is. And more so, this is her own part of the story. The woman may have something different to say, and that does not mean that I am saying she is lying. All right. So, and I want to thank God for the person that started a campaign to help her. And I wish that she gets enough help, from people around. Thank you so much, and God bless you. When you are doing investment, please take emotions out of it. Emotions should be completely eliminated. God bless you. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Till then, from me to you. Shalom.